Hey, good morning, everyone. Today we will be reviewing rectangular pyramids. Okay, we're going to be finding the volume of the three-dimensional figure, and it's the measure of the space occupied by it. It's measured in cubic units as centimeters cubed or inches cubed. Okay, words we need to remember is volume, cubic units, which means volume, fill, which means volume, hold, which means volume, or capacity, which means volume. So we are working with rectangular pyramids that look like this. First, we'll find the area of the base, and then we'll multiply times the height. So we'll find that base. Okay, so the formula, the volume of a rectangular pyramid can be found by finding the area of the base first, then multiplying by the height of the prism or pyramid, and then dividing by 3. And then divide by 3. So I wrote it out here. So you have volume is equal to length times width times height, which this is the base, and then divide by 3. I wrote it more neatly here as length times width times height divided by 3. Okay, so here are our 3 steps. You're going to copy the formula from the maths chart. You're going to replace the variables with numbers. And 3, you're going to solve using order of operations. So let's get started with that first problem. So 1, I'm going to copy the formula from the math chart. Okay, second, I'm going to replace the variables with numbers. Okay, but first I need to label my parts of my shape. Alright, so I have my width, my length, and my height. So now I can replace the variables. Alright, now number 3, I'm going to solve using the order of operations. Okay, so first I need to multiply, then I'm going to divide. So I did 3 times 3 times 5. I got 45. I divided it by 3. I moved it down. 45 divided by 3 equals 15. So my volume equals 15 meters squared. cubed. All right. Number 2. Okay, 3 things again. We're going to copy the formula from the math chart. We're going to replace the variables with numbers. We're going to solve using order of operations, PEMDAS. All right. 1. Okay, volume equals length times width times height divided by 3. Okay, now we're going to replace those variables with numbers, but first I need to label my length, width, and height on my shape. Alright, now that they're labeled, because I know that the base is my shape I need to find the area of, and then the height is pretty easy to see. So now, for the second, I'm replacing my variables with numbers. Okay, now I'm going to solve using order of operations, PEMDAS. So I'm going to multiply first, and then I'm going to divide. So my volume equals 112 inches cubed. So I multiply, then I divide, I got my answer. Volume equals 112 inches cubed. Okay, now for our last question. The base of a rectangle pyramid is 13 inches long and 12 inches wide. The height of the pyramid is 8 inches. What is the volume of the pyramid? Now, they gave you exactly the numbers with the words we need attached, like length, width, and height, but let's go ahead and draw it anyway, to the best of our ability. Okay, so we've drawn it. Now we're going to copy the formula from the mathematics chart, place the variables with numbers, and then solve using order of operations, PEMDAS. Okay, so 1, we copied our formula from our maths chart. Okay, now for the second, we'll replace the variables with Our numbers, we already know what they are because we got it from the word problem. Alright, now, for the third, we're going to solve using order of operations. So first we're going to multiply and then we're going to divide. There's no need to add or subtract. They're not there. Alright, so we got 1,248 divided by 3 equals 416. So my volume equals 416 inches cubed. If you have any questions or thoughts, please join me on Zoom at 11, 1:30, and 5:30. See you then.